Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel, continuing our discussion on understanding the 7th house lord's placement in different nakshatras. In this video, we will try to understand what kind of distinctive personality traits we can find in your partner, or what could be the theme of your matrimonial life if your 7th house lord is going to be placed in the nakshatra number 23, which is the Dhanishta nakshatra. So friends, the whole objective of this playlist is that we are trying to classify all the nakshatras in the 4 categories of connected, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, or what could be the karmic baggage or the most dreaded side of that particular nakshatra. Because friends, at the end of the day, the planets manifest results or bring results on the basis of their innate nature and behind the zodiac sign in which nakshatra they are posted. So I mean to say, before we will start our discussion customized to today's topic, let's first try to understand and know little bit about this Dhanishta nakshatra. So as you know this thing, that this nakshatra occupies the region equally in 2 zodiac sign, from 23 degree 20 minutes of the Capricorn sign reaching till 6 degree 40 minutes of the Aquarius sign, and the ownership or the rulership of this nakshatra goes to the planet Mars. So in a way you can fairly see this thing, that this nakshatra carries the energies of 2 most ferocious planets in astrology. And even if you have to understand the presiding deity on this nakshatra, so first of all, Asht Vasus can be seen as the presiding deity of this nakshatra. So Asht Vasu, in a way, if you will not go by the core mythological or Vedic language, where they have been symbolized by the names of Dhara, Apa, Anila, so the Ashtavasus, but more important, they represents all the universal entities around us, whether it's the sky, air, earth, fire, sun, moon, stars. So I mean to say, in a way you can see this thing, that this nakshatra in itself possesses all the goodnesses which can be found in the universe. All aspect of nature can be seen as contributing their goodness in the functioning of this nakshatra. And not only that, even the god of the gods, Lord Shiva, Mahadev, or Lord Shiva also preside as one of the presiding deity of this nakshatra, because the symbol with which this nakshatra is attached is tabla or damru, which is also a very attached symbology of Lord Shiva as well. Now friends, if you want to understand the general results, so Dhanishta, the name itself, if you will translate this Dhanishta word in English, so it will give you the name like one who is very famous, one who is very wealthy, one who is very benevolent, and at the same time, like the way each nakshatra has got its own power or energy. So this nakshatra has got the Khapatri Shakti, which means power to give abundance and fame. So I mean to say, because of the ruling planet, because of the region it occupies, because of all the gods and the presiding deity, this nakshatra can be seen as the embodiment of blessing, prosperity, capacity to get good fame, having good social and public life, and possibility to get all of the wish fulfilled and live a happy and successful life. But guys, the catch comes here, because in our scriptures, when it comes down to family life, when it comes down to specifically the marital life, not only Mars is not considered as a very benefic planet, but at the same time, even out of all the nakshatras ruled by the planet Mars, and even within the Aquarius sign, the Dhanishta part is still seen as little bit vulnerable, where in certain situations or alignments, this nakshatra doesn't promote the marital harmony. So that we will understand in detail. But okay, now we will start our discussion customized to our today's topic or the category. So first of all, if you want to understand the strength side of this nakshatra, so let's say for example, if your 7th house lord is present in this Dhanishta nakshatra, so you can fairly see this thing, that marriage can actually pave path to your wish fulfillment, towards all kind of benevolence, all kind of fame, attainment of wealth, wish fulfillment. So all of those things can happen or materialize in your life. And the good part here is that the two padas of this nakshatra falls in the Aquarius sign as well. And when we talk about the Aquarius sign, it is the only sign which is so encompassing that it has the capacity that all the planets has got the capacity to function in a very mellowed way, in a very in a very good way. They can actually bring out or function in this Aquarius sign where the two padas of this nakshatra falls. So I mean to say, guys, if you want to understand the strength side of this nakshatra, so whichsoever planets are going to be placed in this Dhanishta nakshatra, and if that is your 7th house lord, so I mean to say marriage can actually bring all form of success, name, fame, glory in your life. Your partner might have that typical Dhanishta personality, that your partner might be adventurous, might have interest in music, all form of artistic and creative content creation, and at the same time, see, actually very much connected with people who work in the film and television business, all those people who are artists and who are in creative profession. So many times I have also seen that all these kind of combinations where just because of the uncertainty aspect in the creative industry, unless and until you won't hit the top, you still have to struggle. So many times I have seen all those people who are, like, for example, a creative person is married to someone where the partner has a very secured and a very stable corporate job, a very stable career, but the partner in itself is belonging to the creative profession. So let's say, for example, someone who has a 7th house lord in the Dhanishta nakshatra. Let's say, for example, you are a banker, you are in some sort of financial field, or you are in IT, but there could be those possibility that your partner might be from a completely different background compared to yours. That doesn't mean that your partner is not going to have a good career or good professional life, I mean to say, but yes, the profession of your partner might be completely different from you. Your partner might have a very creative personality, might be famous as well, might have strong interest in artistic and creative creation. And when we talk about the wealth aspect, when we talk about capacity to live a good life, having a good strong social presence, potential of even being well known in the society, so even from all of those perspective, having your 7th house lord's placement in the Dhanishta nakshatra can be seen as a very good sign. Now guys, moving ahead to the next section. Now if you want to understand the connected weaknesses of this nakshatra, so as you know this thing, that this nakshatra possess the energies of planet Mars. So Martian energy is at its pinnacle, is at its summit. So because of which Mars rules the nakshatra Mrigashira, Chitra and Dhanishta. So at Dhanishta, Martian energy attains its peak, and at the same time, like both the zodiac sign where this nakshatra is spread in the zodiac belt are being ruled by the same discipline loving planet Saturn. So because of which many times it has been seen that, let's say for example, if your 7th house lord is in itself is a malefic planet, like this could be Mars, this could be Saturn, or this could be, let's say for example, Rahu is also conjunct with your 7th house lord planet, which is already present in the Dhanishta nakshatra. So then in those kind of situations or circumstances, your partner might have a little bit rebellious nature, might have a very intense personality, might want to or try to dominate in the relationship. So these kind of energies can manifest, these kind of power struggle can happen. But let's say for example, when we talk about typical either the Martian people or the Saturnian people, they could be bit hard, they could have a dominating nature, but that always comes with a price. Like these are those people who are also very loyal, these are all those people who are very protective at the same time. So this is how you can see the connected weaknesses with the functioning of this nakshatra. Now guys, moving ahead, now if you want to understand the connected opportunities with this nakshatra, so I mean to say this nakshatra which in itself embodies wealth, fame, social influence. So I mean to say, excluding the spiritual path, I mean to say if in your case spirituality is not the prime motive, so I mean to say in those kind of scenarios and circumstances, whether your life partner, whether marriage can actually play a very important role in connecting you with all sort of opportunities. I mean to say, whether in cashing on your partner's social influence, or whether in the form of your partner's own planetary vibrations helping you, supporting you. So from all of those perspectives, specifically from the opportunities, wealth, recognition, acknowledgement, public acceptance, from all of those perspectives, the energies of this nakshatra, your 7th house lord being placed in this nakshatra can be seen as very auspicious, can be seen as very fortunate. And guys, now coming to the last section of understanding the most dreaded or karmic side of the functioning of this nakshatra. So guys, I have even seen this thing in my research that all those people in whose case it's not only the 7th house lord, even if their moon nakshatra is Dhanishta or if their ascendant is in Dhanishta nakshatra, so many times these natives do not remain very lucky in having a very harmonious family life. Like I mean to say, now there could be concerns of competition, there could be concerns of enmity, jealousy, judgment, but somehow the energies of this nakshatra is not very favorable, very promising for having a very harmonious family life. Now with that said, so now if you will take into consideration even all the padas of this nakshatra, so I mean to say the first pada of this nakshatra falls in the Leo Navamsa. So in the Leo Navamsa, the enmity aspect is at its least. I mean to say in the Leo Navamsa, recognition, accomplishment is the prime concern. So because of the recognition or your success, you might invite the enmity from people around you. When we come down to the second pada of this nakshatra, which falls in the Virgo Navamsa, so I mean to say there the calculation part, now whether in the form of competition, whether in the form of manipulation could happen, or you might fall prey to these kind of circumstances within your family life. When we talk about the third pada of this nakshatra, which falls in the Libra Navamsa, so that can be seen as the most harmonious, where not only the family life, fame, popularity, interest in art, creativity is going to support you, but when we come down to the last section of this nakshatra, which is the fourth pada, which is from 3 degree 20 minutes till 6 degree 40 minutes in the Aquarius zodiac sign. So in the Scorpio Navamsa pada, so there also, because of the excessive heat of the Martian energy, the competition and the power struggle could actually create hindrances in the family life or even in the marriage. So I mean to say guys, when we talk about the karmic baggage side of this nakshatra, so if your 7th house lord is going to be present in the Dhanishta nakshatra and it is getting lot of energy and reinforcement because of the malefic presence around it. So I mean to say, let's say for example, if your 7th house lord is present in the Dhanishta nakshatra and it is in the Aquarius part, not in the Capricorn part, and there the Jupiter is conjunct with your 7th house lord or Jupiter is aspecting it, then in those kind of circumstances, harmonious marital life can be lived. But let's say for example, your 7th house lord is like Saturn is present over there, Mars is present over there, Rahu is present over there, then in those kind of circumstances or situation, power struggle can happen. And while getting into a marital life, it is very important for you to have a proper courtship time where you are able to understand your partner, your partner's nature to the core, and the astrological matchmaking is one thing which is strongly recommended. That is something which I want to advise you over here. But at the end friends, if I have to summarize this placement can be seen as very fortunate in the form of getting a partner or getting into a marital life where marriage can actually play a very important role, not only in your wish fulfillment, but at the same time all form of wealth, all form of riches, all form of good social influence and fame can also materialize in your life. So this is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for your 7th house lord's placement in the Dhanishta nakshatra. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.